So you've been watching the Millennial Finance, you're ready to buy stocks, you've signed up for Webull, and just as you're about to make your first deposit, you realize that the international wire fees are expensive. $12.50 for deposits and $45 for international withdrawals. None of us are paying for that. But that's what we're here for. Let me show you how I deposit into Webull using Wise and bypassing all of these international wire fees. In the end, I pay close to $0 to Webull. Cha-ching! So recently, I've been using a lot of Webull as my main broker. I like them a lot. The interface is really clean. They have a web platform, they have a mobile platform, and the main reason I'm actually using them now is because they have options and they're commission free. So I've been talking a lot about my options experience on our Instagram account. If you don't follow us yet, give us a follow right here. And yeah, I'm thinking about making a video detailing my experience with options trading. That will come very soon. Give us a big thumbs up if you want that. Also, very recently, about 1 week back, from when you're watching this video, our Webull account manager told us that fractional shares is coming very soon to Webull. So it'll start as low as $5, and to our understanding so far, there will be no fees as well. Honestly, this is the only thing I was waiting for before moving all of my money into Webull. I can't wait, and apparently some people already have this feature, but I'm still waiting for it. By the time this video gets posted, it's probably already there, so yeah, give it a shot. So everything has been perfect for me for Webull. The only problem that I acknowledge is that for foreigners, there is a very hefty wire transfer fee. See, the problem is the only option for foreigners to deposit money is through a bank transfer, or actually a wire transfer, since Webull doesn't have any options for PayPal, credit cards or debit cards. So that's our only option. And the thing is, we have to pay so much money just to deposit and withdraw, it doesn't make sense. The good thing is, after doing a lot of research like I usually like to do, I found a way to bypass it. And honestly, if I didn't find this method, I wouldn't be using Webull at all. So let's get into how do we do it. First of all, you'll need 3 things for this to happen. The first of it, of course, is a Webull account. If you don't have one yet, sign up using our link down in the description below. The second one is a Wise account, formerly known as TransferWise. If you don't have that account as well, you can use our link in the description below. And the last one that we need is actually a CIMB Singapore account for Malaysians. This one is more of an optional one. The first 2 ones are mandatory. This one's more optional. I'll let you guys know what are the differences and what we use this for later on. So the method that we're going to use to deposit and withdraw is actually going to be an ACH deposit. So an ACH transfer is actually an automated clearinghouse transfer. That probably wouldn't make sense to any of us, but to me, it's kind of like a local online bank transfer for Malaysia, except it's the equivalent for the US. So the reason that we're using this is because on Webull, ACH transfers are the only one that's free, and this is actually pretty common across all US brokers. So it must be the case that ACH transfers are the lowest cost for the banks. So we've verified this. Looking at the Webull website, they do say that if you have a US bank account, you can either set up an ACH or a wire transfer. Wire transfer, there's still a fee, and ACH is completely free. You must be thinking to yourself, how do I, as a Malaysian or a Singaporean, or in fact any other nationality, how can I have a US bank account so easily? This is where Wise comes in. If you don't have a Wise account yet, you can sign up using our link in the description below. You will get your first transfer for free up to 500 ringgit. For those of you who don't know, Wise used to be called TransferWise, and they're a very big online money transfer company. There's also news that they're going to IPO very soon, and I'll be keeping an eye on that because I really like it. If any of you have any concerns about this platform, I've used it for a while already. Even before this, we know a lot of people who use it, and my brother Edley actually gets his salary into his Wise account. So the reason that we're using Wise is because they have this new product or feature that is very interesting, because it allows users from anywhere across the world to have bank accounts in multiple countries, and in this specific case, a US bank account. Let me show you how by going into my Wise app. Alright, so now I've got my Wise app open. You guys can see that I have 3 balances right now: US dollar, British pound, and Malaysian ringgit. So of course, again, for US, what we want is a US dollar account. So let me just open my US account. And what we're looking for here is this part, which is the account details. So you can see, I'm going to blur out this part. Of course, you guys can't see my US bank account details, but there is an account holder name, a routing number, an account number, and this is actually a bank under TransferWise. using this account, I can actually make ACH transfers into Webull completely free. Let me show you how to do this, but since I already have a USD account, I'm going to open a new one, balance. So I'm going to open a new one under the Australian dollar. So you can see I have an Australian dollar balance now. I just have to click account details here. They can say I can get paid in 9 currencies, blah, 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 blah. This part doesn't really matter. Press continue. And you can see, just like that, I already have an Australian dollar account. I have a BSB code. I have no idea what that is. Probably just an Australian bank thing. I have an account number and I have an address. So I can copy all these details, and technically, if I need to receive money from someone in Australia, and for some reason they can only make local bank transfers, they can transfer it to this account, which goes to my Wise, which I can then do anything I want. I can withdraw, I can pay it to someone else, and all that. Yeah, so that's what Wise is for. It's very intuitive, very easy. You just have to add money and do whatever you want. So I'll show you that, or I'll show that to you guys in a bit. So going back to what we want to use my Webull account for, or how I'm going to use Wise to deposit into Webull. You can see I have an Australian dollar account now. I don't need it, so I press US dollar, and I basically want to add money in. So let's say I want to add 1,000 USD, not 10,000, not that rich. And there are multiple ways to deposit money into your Wise account. Unfortunately, Malaysian ringgit is not one of those options. So the best option, in my opinion, is going to be the Singapore dollar. As you can see here, for 1,000 USD, I need to pay 1353 Singapore dollars, and I have a fee of 6 Singapore dollars. To me, that's completely fine. It's much less than what I've paid anyone else. So I press, and you can see here as well the rates 0.74. I didn't check, but I know for sure that Wise gives one of the best rates. So I press continue. Okay, so basically I have a few options of how I want to pay. Manual bank transfer, pay now, I don't know what pay now is, debit card or credit card. So you can see that debit card and credit card has very high fees, $41, $43. So this is not an option that we want to go for. We want to go for manual bank transfer. So I can click this, and they say, okay, transfer your money to this account and you'll see it in your Wise. So from here onwards, you can actually directly transfer from your CIMB, from your Maybank or whatever bank you're using to this account. You'll have to pay probably a wire fee that your bank charges, but there's actually a way to avoid this fee as well. And this is where CIMB Singapore Account comes in. This part is completely optional. If you guys think it's too much of a hassle, you can just skip it. But let me explain how I use my CIMB Singapore account to do this. So if you want a Singaporean bank account, the only one that I know that Malaysians can open is through CIMB Singapore, and it's an account called CIMB Fast Saver account. Malaysians can register for this. I did this around 2 or 3 years ago. It's completely online, it's completely free. You don't have to go to any banks. You don't even have to go to your local CIMB branch. So that's perfect for us millennials. So what I do is, I basically have my CIMB Malaysia account. That's my main account for my banking. I transfer from my CIMB Malaysia to the CIMB Singapore account. They do charge me a foreign exchange fee, but there's no other fees other than that. So I avoid basically all the wire transfer fees of going from Malaysia to Singapore. Now with the money in my CIMB Singapore account, I then use it to pay into my Wise, which I showed you guys earlier. And from there onwards, it just takes a few hours and the money will pop up into my account. So now that we've paid Singapore dollars to Wise, they've converted that into USD at a very good rate, we will now have money into our Wise account. And let me show you guys how you can now do this into your Webull app. So yeah, let's assume that I already deposited some money. Obviously now I only have 12 cents, but you can see I have deposited some money into my account and then I paid it out to Webull. So what happens now? Let me bring you guys to my Webull app. Okay, so I've obviously already connected my TransferWise bank account to my Webull, so you can see it here. But for those of you who haven't, just basically add a bank account. Say that you have a US bank account, say that you want to make an ACH transfer, not a wire transfer, and put in all the details that I showed you guys you could get from your Wise app. From here, all you have to do is just make sure that you put in all your money, or not all your money, whatever amount of money that you want to withdraw. Just click transfer to Webull, and Webull will do the steps to make sure that they take out the money from your Wise account into your Webull account. So I've tried this a few times, it has worked flawlessly. Just make sure that if you put in $50,000 here in Webull, make sure you have $50,000 in your TransferWise account. Otherwise, the payment will get rejected and Webull is going to charge you $30 for that. So we don't want that. It's never happened to me. But yeah, just make sure you have enough account or enough money in your Wise account. So let me show you guys some of my recent deposits and withdrawals. I'm going to just filter out the dates and the amount here, but you can see that I've made deposits. And when I go into the deposits, you can see that, oh sorry, it doesn't show that it's an ACH transfer, but it is, oh there. Right here, it shows an ACH transfer. I've done it all, and I've even tried withdrawing. So I withdrew $1 from my Webull account to my TransferWise. Obviously, I always like to test to make sure it works. It does. And once I have that money into my Wise account, I can simply just transfer it back to my CIMB Malaysia account. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it. That's how you transfer money from your Malaysian account all the way to Webull and not pay any wire fees at all. All you're paying is to Wise. They charge a small fee, but to be honest, they have one of the best fee structures in the market. I'm not even joking, you guys can compare to any other app that's out there. I mean, if you find one, you can try it out as well. So this process, yes, it's a bit of a hassle, especially at the start because you need to set up your Wise account. That one maybe takes a bit of time. And if you want to as well, you need to set up your CIMB Fast Saver account. So this one might also take some time. This part, as I said, is optional. You can do it if you want. If you don't mind paying a bit more fees, you can just use your CIMB Malaysia account or any other Malaysian banks, transfer it to TransferWise. Once you have everything set up, actually, it doesn't take too long. Deposits and withdrawals for me take 5 minutes maybe. And it's not like we're gonna deposit $5,000 every single month, right? So yeah, technically it will also work for other brokers like TD Ameritrade, Interactive Brokers, any other foreign brokers. It will also work. You can always say that you can do an ACH transfer. Stop doing wire transfers. It's a trick by the banks. They're charging us extra money for nothing. And as I mentioned, I just really like Webull right now because of their zero commissions, them having a lot of features on their app, on their website, and I can trade many products like stocks and options. The last thing I was waiting for was fractional shares. I was afraid that they weren't going to bring it anytime soon, but it's here. By the time you guys watch this video, it's probably already there. So yeah, if you guys want to sign up for a Webull account, don't forget to use our link to support the channel. We really appreciate it, and you guys are the best. So yeah, thanks for watching this video to the end, guys. Give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video and this helped you, and comment down below. Which broker do you prefer? See you guys in the next one. Peace out.